Hey guys, it's Julia. So today's video is going to be a tutorial. You guys have been requesting a tutorial from me for a long time. I did my eyeshadow palette collection video and so many of the comments were saying, can you please do some tutorials on some of those palettes? So today I'm doing a tutorial using one of my favorites in my collection, the Colored Raine Queen of Hearts. And I wanted to get a little bit creative today, so I did do a very artsy kind of glitter look, and I'm just going to be showing you how to get this look step by step. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I did do my full face. I actually had a lot of fun filming this one, so I'm kind of new to the tutorials world, so I hope you guys enjoy this one. Let me know if I can do anything better. I'd love to hear your constructive, be kind criticism. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look, and let's get right into the video. Alright, here's my bare face without makeup. Obviously my brows are done. I did them off camera. I used my Anastasia Dip Brow in Ash Brown as always. I just kind of hate doing my brows on camera, so I just did them off to save time. And yeah, this is my face, unfiltered, no product on. Obviously I do not have perfect skin. I am a full-time student and I'm very, very stressed out all the time. So I am prone to getting stress breakouts here in my T-zone. I am taking acne medication right now, so my skin is pretty dry. But yeah, that's my little disclaimer. That's just what my skin is like. Hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Let's get right into it. I'm going to start with the eyes. To start off, I primed my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Fix. You just kind of use it like a concealer, just dab it onto your eyelids. And then I like to blend it out with my AOA Studio High Def E104 brush. For today's eye look, I'm using my Colored Raine Queen of Hearts palette. This is one of my favorite palettes in my entire collection. It's really, really gorgeous, and I absolutely love the color scheme. As you can see, this is right up my alley. Today we're going to be using the purple tones in this palette. Ladyship, Queen Mother, Princess, which is my favorite like blush pink. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Alright, so we're going to start with the eyes. I already did this eye just because I wanted to plan everything out, tell you guys what steps I was doing, and just do this eye with you guys on camera. First off, with my So Susan brush, I am using the shade Air right here just to set off my eyelid primers. I'm going to go into the shade here called Princess. It's a beautiful like blush pink transition shade. I absolutely love this for basically every like pink toned or purple toned eye look I'm doing with this palette, but it's so, so beautiful. Depending on how dramatic you want this eye look to be, you can either take it high up like right near the brow bone like I am, because I'm doing Instagram makeup obviously, or you can take it closer down into the crease depending on how soft or undramatic you want this look to be. Obviously I am going for full glam drama. These shadows are probably one of the best formulas I've ever tried though. Colored Raine shadows just blend themselves, they melt so seamlessly into the eyes, and they just look so, so beautiful. As you can see, it's a nice pigmented blush shade. So I really enjoy how these shadows perform. They have never failed me. They always just create the most beautiful looks. Next, I'm taking my Glamour Dolls 10 brush and I'm going to go into the shade Ladyship. It is just this beautiful like kind of amethyst purple shade, and I'm taking this right into the crease. Alright, so obviously as you can see, that blended out beautifully. These are very buildable and pigmented shadows, and it's really hard to formulate a good purple, but Colored Raine has really just knocked it out of the park with their formula. So Ladyship is one of the most beautiful shades in my entire collection. Next, I'm just going to take a flat shader brush, and finally for my favorite part, I'm going into the shade here called Queen Mother. It's a beautiful like kind of amethyst, deep, rich, royal purple, and this is going to be our lid shade. I just like to get my brush a little damp just to pick up a little bit more color, but honestly Colored Raine shadows are very pigmented, so if you wanted to just use your fingers or a dry brush, it would still work fine. But I'm just patting this on to the lid, building the beautiful like amethyst shade up. I'm taking whatever's left of Ladyship on the brush I used for that and just buffing out the edges of Queen Mother. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do on the upper lid so far. I'm just going to finish up the rest of my face, and then we're going to come back and do the lower lash line because I got to get my concealer and my foundation on. For primer, I'm just going to use the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. I want something a little bit more hydrating just because I am going in with a very full coverage foundation, and even though I am going to mix a little bit of oil in there to help my dry skin, I just want something nice and nourishing for my base, and I love the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. It just smells so good. It works so well with all my it just worked really well with all my foundations and has never really failed me as a primer. So, all right, so we have a nice tacky base set down with a primer. I'm gonna go into my Anastasia mixing palette, and it looks dirty, but it's not, it's pretty clean. And then for foundation today, I'm using my Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. I really love this foundation. I am in the shade 200B Shortbread. It's kind of a very fair shade with beige undertones, so it's a really gorgeous foundation. This is extremely full coverage, and I find that it can be a little bit moussey and drying, so I'm using about 1 pump. And then today I'm gonna actually mix in a little bit of the Josie Maran Light Argan Oil. Seems kind of counterintuitive to add oil in, but I am very dry right now. So I'm just adding the smallest drop. I'm gonna use a little spatula, mix those two together. I'm just gonna swipe the foundation onto my face. This is a foundation that I like to work in sections with, so I'm just going to do my chin and then the right side of my face right now, and then I will go back in for my forehead and the left side of my face. As you can see, this is extremely full coverage. It's just covering up everything I want it to, which is perfect because my skin is not having a good time right now. By the way, I'm using the AOA Studio Wonder Blender. This is $1. It is my favorite blending sponge. I mentioned it in my Ride or Die favorites from the drugstore. This is just such a good sponge. It's completely comparable to the Beauty Blender, and I think it even does a better job. For $1, you really just cannot go wrong with the sponge. As you can see, the forehead and the right side of my face have the foundation on. The left cheek and the nose do not. And you can see the huge difference that foundation makes for my skin, especially such a full coverage one like this one. This is just making all the difference. I really, really love this foundation. And if you're a huge full coverage lover, you will absolutely adore the Huda Beauty Faux Filter. Okay, I realize in the lights that this looks a lot lighter than the rest of my body, but it is just the lights. This does match my skin. I am just taking it down my neck a little bit, but it does match my skin, and it will warm up to my face eventually. But I want to say that because it does look like I put on an extremely light foundation, but this is perfect for my skin. Now I'm going to go in with my favorite concealer right now, which is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. I love this one. I'm in the shade, what shade am I? 005. So very, very light shade. I love this concealer. It just blends out so easily. Really just diffuses onto the eyes and does not look heavy at all. This has definitely replaced Tarte Shape Tape in my routine. It's a lot less expensive and it just looks so beautiful under the eyes. Also, I'm extremely mad at Tarte right now, so I'm not really using Tarte products, especially Shape Tape on camera in this video because you guys know what's going on. It's the Tarte Shape Tape foundation shade range, which infuriated me. The excuse that Tarte gave for that foundation shade range was terrible. It made no sense. It was absolute BS. And Tarte has a history of doing bad things like this. They're the racist Asian memes, which personally offended me as an Asian person. And then the shade range, which is absolutely unacceptable. This is 2018, but even if it wasn't, if it was 2008, this foundation shade range would still be horrible. If you are a large multi-million-dollar beauty brand, there is no excuse for not coming out with a full foundation shade range that suits everybody. So Tarte, I don't even want to get into it because I'm going to get really mad. I just don't want this to be about that. This is not like a chit chat, get ready with me, but yeah, that's why I'm not using Tarte Shape Tape in this video, and that's why I have completely switched over to the Catrice Liquid Camouflage, because look how beautiful that looks, and yeah, Tarte. So now that I have absolutely no darkness on my face whatsoever, let's darken everything up again and contour. So I'm using the Fenty Beauty Matchstick. This is the shade Amber from the Light 100 set. As you can see, that blended out on my right cheek like nothing. It's just such a good formula. I honestly love Fenty Beauty and basically everything they do, but these matchsticks are pretty much a part of my daily routine now because they're just my favorite cream contour and they just look so good. We've cream contoured, now I'm going to go in and set it with powder. I've been using the Glossier Powder Nonstop. This is the shade Light Medium, and I just love the formula of this powder. It is so, so beautiful. There's a slight tint to it, but it just looks so seamless on the skin. It doesn't really add a ton of, it adds just a tiny amount of coverage, but it just smooths everything over. It looks so velvety perfect on the skin. It's truly one of the best powders in my collection besides the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. So I really love this powder. It just looks so good all over the face. To bronze everything up, I am using the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. Obviously, Benefit's not cruelty free. I would not use them otherwise, but I am trying to pan this on my project pan, so I've been using this bronzer every single day just to get it used up. It is a really beautiful color, and I love the formula. This is one of my favorite bronzers, so I'm very sad that Benefit is not cruelty free. Hopefully they will take that step in the future, but for now, I'm just trying to get this out of my collection. For blush, I'm going to use the Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Collection palette. I know you can't get this anymore, but the blush I'm using in here, I believe, is a single that you can still buy. So I'm going to use my favorite shade in here, which is Amaretto. This is my favorite blush in my collection. This is just the most beautiful shade. The mineral blushes from Becca are really, really a gorgeous formula. And I really wish this palette was still available. Unfortunately, it's not. All right, before we highlight, I just want to finish the lower lash line. So back into the Queen of Hearts palette. Just going to take the e.l.f. Detail Crease Brush and go back into the shade Ladyship for the lower lash line. Alright, so by adding some shadow to the lower lash line, we kind of balance the whole thing. I do want to deepen up the lower lash line, so now I'm going to kind of experiment, go into the shade here called Dethrone. It's a beautiful, like, kind of chocolatey, warm, brown shimmer shade, and I just want to smudge this right near the waterline, just to bring a little more depth and just some chocolatey richness to the look. So now I'm going to go into a pencil brush and dig into my favorite shade in here, which is called Royal Highness. And I'm going to pack this all over the inner corner of my eyelid. As you can see, it's an extremely pigmented, beautiful, like foiled rose blush pink shade. It's so, so beautiful. And right on top of that, I'm going to pop the shade Crown into the inner corner and on my brow bone. Alright, that's it for the palette, and now for the fun part, I'm going to use the glitter. So first off, I want to use the e.l.f. glitter glue to set down where I want the glitter to go. Obviously, in this look, I'm going to kind of exaggerate it and use a lot more glitter than the normal, everyday person would probably want to wear. So I am doing this for the camera, I'm doing this for Instagram. This might be a little bit more glitter than you want, but that's okay. You can add a little bit less if you want to. I'm going to get a little dramatic, so I'm just dabbing the glitter glue right here on my under eye, just below where the shadow ends. You know what they always say, paint for the back row. Well, today I am painting for the back row, the cheap seats, and everyone else in the parking lot. So I am taking some chunky glitter. This is something that I got on Etsy. I just love artsy chunky glitter, and it looks like this one. This is a really, really fun artsy makeup look. So I am just taking that on my brush, which still has a little bit of glue residue on it, and I'm just patting that on top of where I placed the glitter glue. And one of the best things about chunky glitter is that it's a little bit easier to maneuver, so if you do get some fallout on your face, it's a lot easier to just swipe that off, whereas with a finer milled glitter, that would just kind of ruin your foundation, and you'd want to do your eyes first, definitely. But I do have my foundation down already, and chunky glitter won't really affect that, so thankfully I did not have any fallout, but if I did, I would just be able to brush it off. But yeah, so this is the glitter look. Obviously it's dramatic as hell, but I really, really love how this looks. So, alright, so we're just gonna curl our lashes. Obviously I did not do like winged eyeliner or any eyeliner with this look. Personally, I'm just not an eyeliner person anymore. I barely ever do winged liner. However, if you want to do winged liner with this look, I think that would be really cute. It wouldn't really affect it much. So if you like doing winged liner, you can add that to this look. Personally, I'm just gonna skip it. I just curled my eyelashes using my Shea Umoda curler, and now I'm using my Essence Lash Princess Sculpted Volume Mascara. This is my favorite mascara. I just love the way this coats my lashes. It makes them super voluminous, very long and black. Alright, so that's the mascara on. Obviously, it just creates the most beautiful, like, false lash effect. It's so gorgeous. But I'm not going to stop there. I like doing lashes all the time. So today for lashes, I'm using the Eyelure Luxe Opulent Lashes. Again, I talked about these in my Ride or Die Drugstore video. I just love, love, love these lashes. And I'm using my House of Lashes Lash Glue. Alright, and now for the fun, we're going to highlight everything up. So, Sleek Makeup Solstice Highlighting Kit. You guys know how much I love this one. Again, I talked about this in my Ride or Die Drugstore video. It seems that I'm using quite a few products from that video, but I really just adore these highlighters. So, I think since we went for an adventurous eye look, let's go for some adventurous cheekbones. I'm going to go into the blinding, like, lavender shade here. It's just so beautiful. You guys are going to see in a second how this looks on my cheekbones, but so now it is time to finish off the look with my favorite lipstick. This is the Pat McGrath Luxe, Matte Trance lipstick in the shade Omi. One of my favorite shades. I just love this lipstick and it is so, so beautiful. Alright, so that is the completed look. I'm just going to pull out my hair clip and film the outro, I guess. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. This is the completed look. I really love how this turned out. I've worn this to school and I posted this on Instagram. You guys really wanted to see this look, so I figured what better way to do my first tutorial than with this look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you like the tutorial format, just please let me know. I'm kind of new to this, so yeah, let me know. Anyways, thank you guys so much again for watching. If you made it to the very end of this video, I love you. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Bye.